All right, let's talk TSMC. Their latest earnings call for Q4 2025 was, well, it was a big one. This wasn't just about the numbers, folks. This was basically the market getting a huge validation for the whole AI supercycle narrative. And wow, did the stock react. So let's dive right in and break down what happened.
Yep, a jump of more than 4%, the day after the call on some huge volume too. You know, when you see a move like that, that's the market giving its verdict, loud and clear. There were no mixed signals here, just a massive vote of confidence. So the big question is, what did everyone see that got them so excited?
Well, it all starts with the hard data. The market reacted this way because, honestly, this was just a clean beat across the board.
And what really stands out is just how good this beat was. I mean, look at this. On earnings per share for the ADR, that's the stock you buy in the US, they hit $3.14. The street was looking for $2.90. That's a huge beat. And on revenue, $33.7 billion, when the estimate was around $33.1. So we're talking more than $500 million better than expected. They didn't just squeak by, they blew right past the numbers.
And then you get to the profitability, which is, wow, a gross margin of 62.3%. That's just an incredible number. And get this, it wasn't just a big jump from the last quarter. It was actually higher than the top end of their own forecast. When a company beats its own best-case scenario, that tells you everything you need to know about how well they're running the business and the kind of pricing power they have.
So where is all this growth coming from? Well, this chart right here pretty much says it all. We're talking about their most advanced chips, the 7-nanometer and smaller stuff. That now makes up a whopping 77% of their entire revenue. And what's the engine behind all that? You guessed it. It's the absolutely relentless demand for AI chips and other high-performance computing. Okay, so the numbers were great, but what was the story from management? It really came down to two things that are totally connected: AI and the money they're spending to build for it.
And this is really the key takeaway from the call, their conviction. You know, everyone's worried about a potential AI bubble, right? Well, the CEO, Dr. C.C. Wei, basically said he wanted to know for sure if the demand was real. So what did he do? He picked up the phone and personally called the big cloud companies, the actual end customers. And as he put it, he was quite satisfied with their answer. That's a pretty powerful statement, and it shows just how confident they are that this isn't some short-term fad.
And if you want proof they're putting their money where their mouth is, here it is. $52 to $56 billion. That's what they plan to spend on capital expenditures in 2026. I mean, that's just a staggering amount of money. This isn't just some number on a slide. It's a massive, tangible commitment. They are building new factories as fast as they can because they are absolutely convinced the demand for AI chips is real and here to stay.
And you could tell from the Q&A with analysts that everyone is on the same page. All the questions were hitting on these exact same themes. You know, stuff like, is this AI demand for real? Can you guys even build fabs fast enough to keep up? They also asked about the new factories in the US and whether TSMC can keep charging top dollar for its best chips. Oh, and a big one was advanced packaging, which is basically the magic that lets them stitch multiple chips together to make these super powerful AI processors. It's clear that what the company is focused on is exactly what investors are focused on. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. Was this just a case of a rising tide lifts all boats for the whole semiconductor industry? Or is TSMC really outperforming the outperformers? Well, the numbers here really speak for themselves. You look at the past month, TSMC is up almost 19%, beating the semiconductor ETF. You look at the past year, it's up nearly 60%, again, beating its peers. And of course, it's crushing the S&P 500. So no, this isn't just about being in a hot sector. This is about being the leader in that hot sector.
So that brings us to the big question. What's next? Here's our prediction for the next quarter.
I mean, the quarter was a decisive win, no doubt about it. So where does the stock go from here? Is there more gas in the tank, or have we seen the best of it? Okay, here's the Talk Ticker's outlook. We think this story has legs, that powerful AI demand isn't going anywhere, and we fully expect them to beat the high end of their own guidance again next quarter. For the stock, we see this momentum continuing as the market really starts to price in just how big this AI supercycle is. So for those reasons, our official rating on TSMC is outperform.
And before we go, just the usual but very important disclaimer. This is not financial advice.